Let's kick it off with a Ukrainian one, Songs of Slow Burning Earth, a documentary that I'd say poetically captures the harrowing experiences of a population that has to leave their country behind. It tells the toll of war through faces, children, and abandoned places. There's a lot, I guess, of films that portrayed war at this festival. I think this was one that did it in a way where it was just capturing a moment, putting those moments together, and somehow you get a picture of what that, like, the most easy way to describe a documentary. It's just like capturing reality and not really framing it in a lot of way with like voiceover and like interviews and all of that. It's really simple, and through that I found it quite kind of effective. It's not as like scary as 20 Days in Mariupol, because it doesn't show you the sides of war that like death causes, but just transportation and trying to get on a train that is completely stuffed, or asking kids in a classroom what they think future is going to be like, as like a typical exercise that they do in school. Like, what do you think you want to do in the future? And it's like, what is our future right now? It's devastating to see unfold. I thought it was quite effective. I got to be careful with the adjectives I'd use here, because I feel like the poetic nature of it would lead you to easily say it's like beautiful in a way. Not at all. It's very harrowing and sad. But there's also like some other really artistic qualities that I would give it. Kev, you got to see it as in a theater. I unfortunately only got to see it through a screener. How did you experience it?
Songs of Slow Burning Earth, it actually kind of plays like an album. That might sound weird, but it's called Songs of Slow Burning Earth, right? And the overall arch of this album is obviously the Ukrainian war. And it tackles all of that by going to different aspects. You start from the train station. It's busy as hell. People get pushed. Kids almost fall out of the train. You go to kids playing in the street. There are actual tanks there. They're actually imagining one side is Ukrainian soldiers, the other side is Russian soldiers. You're going to a morgue. The people are going to the people's stuff, actually watching the bodies, trying to recognize, birthmarks and everything of that. You're going to schools, as you said, asking people, what do you think your future look like? What is the future? Is it 5 days from now or 20 years from now?
Mm.
And it's going to all those different aspects of the war. It's quite touching. It's not as good as another documentary we saw about the same conflict, though, which kind of like pulls away from the impact a bit, because we saw the other one first.
Yeah.
That is kind of a negative about film festivals. You can't, if you're watching movies about the same topic, you can't really separate them from each other. That's the sort of negative from the film festival.
Yeah.
But that said, Songs of Slow Burning Earth is definitely still a very solid watch. 100% will be played on TV, on your news channels in the future. Really solid watch. I give it a 7 out of 10.
I forgot. I also gave it a 7 out of 10, I think.